does the food industry operate? The Secret Life of Groceries, The Dark Miracle of the American Supermarket by Benjamin Lorr. Prior to writing this book, Benjamin Lorr spent time living in Kenya, Africa, with no electricity, no running water, and no communication with the outside world. If he wanted food or water, he would walk or ride a bike on a dirt road for several miles. And the store would be small, or it would be a market. Returning to the United States, he went into a large supermarket and, whoa, was overwhelmed with the abundance of selection, the wastefulness, and the shoppers who took the whole system for granted and got impatient when a food product was not the way that they expected it to be. Seeing everything beautifully displayed in the supermarkets, he wondered if everything was as great behind the scenes. So for 5 years, he did immersive research, interviewing employees at stores, trucking companies, and farms. He begins the book by telling the history of the grocery store. And that begins with the general store, where you would walk into the store, you would give a list to the proprietor, he would find all the items, get them together for you, and you would either pay or put it on credit and go on your way. A lot has changed, especially with certain inventions. The cardboard box, labeling, and the shopping cart. He talks about Trader Joe's. In a country where we focus on the biggest and the cheapest, Trader Joe's became successful by doing something different. He learns about certification laws and audits and what a big joke they are. Most of the time, those appointments are planned ahead of time, and there are a lot of payoffs. He spent several days riding with an over-the-road truck driver who told him that many companies force young drivers into leases and team driving, keeping them indebted to the company. They're earning less than $100 a week. It's like a modern form of sharecropping. And shoppers like you and me, we walk into the store and we expect that food is inspected. I was amazed at the amount of food that we import, 50% of fruits, 80% of seafood, and a lot of other vegetables and meats. 1/1000th of 1% of imported food is inspected for fraud and mislabeling. And domestically, only 4.5% of food facilities are inspected. The last part of the book blew my mind, talking about human slavery. Currently, there are 35 million people enslaved in the world. The sex trade is less than 25%. Where are the rest working? He talked with Humanity United, who was looking at 25 different commodities, and they were focusing on the top 10, which are the industry of chocolate, coffee, shrimp, cattle, and tungsten, the cotton industry, timber, sugar, palm oil, and gold. He focuses on the shrimp industry. We all need food to survive. It's important, but working in the food industry is not highly valued. In general, it's low pay, no benefits, no job security, high stress, and just-in-time scheduling, meaning that you find out when you're going to work the day before or the day of. That's not very convenient if you need to find childcare or you have to deal with the schedule of another job to make ends meet. Many Americans are in a rush and they go into the grocery store to get what they need, never thinking about where products were made or how they got there. During COVID, our eyes were opened to the efficiency of the supply chain and when it got interrupted, but it wasn't for very long. Benjamin Lorr ends The Secret Life of Groceries with a great question for individuals and society. What type of food do you want, and what are you willing to give up for it? Thanks for watching, keep reading, and have a great week.